Yeah, Shalini, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry for that. We will start the session right now. So today we've gathered here to discuss about the subject options for the students who are going from 8th IG to 9th IG. Though we discussed the subject options when we did the previous orientation for you in 7th grade, there are certain changes. We are offering some new subjects from the coming academic year. So we wanted to have the discussion with you so you can make choice of subjects coming to 9th grade. We kind of redefine the streams the way we're going to offer from next grade. So I think, and we are going to have different teachers and subject leaders presenting the in-depth understanding of the subject. Please wait till the end of each discussion and ask the questions. You can write your questions in the chat box. We'll pick it up from there and answer the questions. So going forward, what are the kind of streams we are offering? These are the two streams. Some of the subjects are common. Some subjects we redefine, like English and mathematics are same. However, in mathematics, there are two different subject codes we'll be offering. One is mathematics as extended and one is additional mathematics. Sujata, who's our subject leader, Ms. Sujata will take you through that. Hindi, French remain the same. Sciences, we kind of changed. In stream 1, it is combined science, which includes physics, math, and chemistry under one subject head. And in stream 2, we'll have physics as a separate subject, chemistry as a separate subject, and biology as a separate subject. Then we are introducing global perspective. Here we've written it as GP, and ICT, which is information and computer technology. It is offered in stream 2 also, but in stream 2 have an option between biology or ICT. You can pick choose one of the subjects here. In stream 1 and stream 2, you have economics. So these are the two streams we have offered here. We kind of thought, like, depending on, in case if the children are not very, very focused on taking only sciences as the core subjects, or they find it overwhelming to do 3 different sciences, they can choose combined science. It's also well-defined program in terms of the kind of subject breadth it has. So I'll just call on Sujata ma'am for discussing extended and additional mathematics course structure. Sujata, I think.
Yeah, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So good morning, everyone. Let me take you through IGCSE mathematics, that the courses we are offering for this batch. The first one is IGCSE extended. The subject code is 0580, and other one is additional mathematics. The code is 0606. So at the end of the 10th, students will write under 05802 papers, which are 22 and 42 components. And each, if you see, 22 paper carries 70 marks and 42 is 130 marks. And the duration is a little bit different. 70 marks, it is 1.5 hours, and 42 is 2.5 hours. And the combination of questions are like objective and subjective also, whereas when it is coming to additional mathematics, each component carries 80 marks and duration is 2 hours, and questions are completely related to problem solving. The depth of the questions also, it is related to inquiry based questions, more or less completely application based questions. So moving to the curriculum, if you see, could you move to the next slide, please? Yeah. Okay, if you see extended, the course for 2 years is covered algebra, geometry, shapes and space, statistics and probability. The students who opt add math, They need to learn along with this circular measure, calculus, kinematics, logarithms, and exponential function and vectors. The depth of these subjects are if you look into calculus, almost they learn applications and derivations and even integrations also. So the student should be very keen to do hard work and very determined. So then only the students can cope up with additional mathematics. That is the way those students who are want to do this course, we are going to take a selection test. So any queries, if you are having about this subject choices and related to, you can ask me. I will address to that at the end of the orientation. Thank you so much. Any questions right now, or can I answer address to at the end?
We'll take the questions at the end, Sujata.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Next, I will call Ms. Ruchika to talk about geography. It's a new subject which is being introduced in Manthan. It's a very interesting subject and interesting course for students. So, Ruchika, can you?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. As Shalini ma'am already said, this is the new course syllabus that we are introducing to our ongoing batch, grade 9 and 10, geography. So if you can see on the slide also, I've basically kept the themes that we would be covering over the period of 2 years. Population and settlement, which is more of human geography. Now, these themes have already been introduced in our prior classes also while studying social studies. But yes, definitely, we'll go into much more depth about, say, urbanization, migration, how demographic changes happen in a particular area, what are the reasons for that. So all that we will be covering under these themes. Natural environment is more of physical geography. Rivers, children will be studying all that in depth. Volcanoes, the impact in various areas. And because of that, what are the climatic changes that would have happened with the course of time. Economic development is kind of related with economics as such, but yes, we will be dealing with it from the geographical aspect as such. And if we involve too much into economic development, what could be the risks involved? So this is majorly what we will be covering over the course of 2 years under geography. The students will be writing 3 papers here. Paper 1, which is geographical themes, more of research, resource-based paper. They have to, case studies will be provided. They have to analyze those based on various situations that will be given to them. It's a 75-mark paper. Paper 2 is geographical skills, more of technical geography that is involved there, wherein children will have to analyze, interpret the graphs given or the maps, calculate the areas which are there in the map as such. And component 3 is coursework, wherein they can pick any theme from human or physical geography under the guidance of the teacher, and they are expected to prepare a coursework based on that theme. Proper research will be done around that. They will have to lay down their objectives, analysis will be done, they have to build a conclusion based on that, or they can take up alternate to coursework. Obviously, it will also test the same skills that the students will be building up over the period of researching, but that will be in the form of paper, which is being provided by the Cambridge. So I'll quickly take you through the skills that we cover with this subject as such. So it is application-based skills. And as I told you in paper 1, case studies are given where the students are expected to evaluate a particular perspective or a particular situation that is given to them. Knowledge and understanding, facts-based questions are definitely there. mapping skills and analyzing the maps hold a lot of weightage as such in geography. Mathematical skills again, because they will be expected to calculate the weather of particular area through the various instruments, or maybe an area which is given in the maps, or maybe the depth of the river. So it's quite interesting there. Inquiry skills during the project and all, how a questionnaire, again, we have introduced that, but here we will be definitely taking up in much more detail. So that's an overview about geography as a subject this year. Thank you so much.
Shalini ma'am, can I go ahead with the combined sciences?
Yeah, Nirupama, please.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So we are proposing to offer this new course, which is called Combined Sciences for students who are coming to 9th grade IGCSE from 8th grade IGCSE, in addition to the pure sciences that we offer now. So since all of you are new to the 9th grade system, I just wanted to go over what is actually offered in pure sciences right now, and then we can discuss what happens in combined science. So right now in pure sciences, we have the 3 subjects in sciences, which is biology, chemistry, and physics, being treated as separate subjects. And the examination pattern will have 3 different kinds of papers being written by students for the 3 subjects. So that makes it 9 papers total that the students will be handling. So there will be a multiple choice question paper, there will be a theory paper, and there will be an alternate to practical paper that the students write for each of the subject. So there will be a total of 9 papers for them. And if we come to combined science, the difference now is the students are going to write only 3 papers now. Meaning to say that all the 3 subjects which are in the sciences are being taken as one subject in a sense. They will be writing the 3 different kinds of papers, which are the MCQ and the alternate to practical paper and the theory. But the paper itself will have questions related to all the 3 subjects. So they will be writing only 3 papers. So that is one major difference between the pure sciences and the combined science, which is going to be offered. Then the second difference regarding the syllabus is lot of topics have been reduced in the case of combined sciences, and even the topics that are left, a lot of depth has been reduced. For example, if we take organic chemistry as an example, for pure sciences, they do a lot of nomenclature, and then they go into functional groups. They'll talk about alkanes, alkenes, alcohols, and many other functional groups they'll be doing in depth for pure sciences. But when it comes to combined science, some of the topics have been reduced. So they'll be doing only a few of the basic ones. So meaning to say that in all the 3 subjects, the depth and the breadth, the width of the topics has been reduced in combined sciences. And the student might have a question now that why would one have to take combined science? The reason being, if a student is more inclined towards taking humanities in higher grades, like in 11th grade, after 10th grade, coming to 11th, if they're inclined to taking humanities, then it is better to take combined science, because then they don't have to go into that much depth of the subject, and they can choose the stream one that Shalini ma'am had showed in the beginning, because that will have additional subjects which are geography and GP also involved, if the student is inclined towards humanities. If the student is inclined towards sciences, then obviously they'll go into the pure sciences, they'll learn the pure sciences in depth. But if the student is not clear about what to take whether humanities or combined science, then they can also opt for combined science. And now the question can arise that will they be eligible for sciences in the higher grades? The document says that if a student gets A star or A star to C grades in combined science, then they are eligible to take sciences in higher grades. I hope that is clear. So anybody who has got A star to C grades in combined science is eligible to take science as their major in 11th grade. However, since we talked that the breadth and the depth has reduced in combined sciences, if they do want to opt for science in their higher grades, they might have to put in a little bit more effort in order to bridge that gap that is already there, because some of the topics have already been reduced in combined sciences. So those are the major differences between the two. So please think about it. And if you have any further questions, we can answer at the end of the session.
Adding on to what Nirupama ma'am has just discussed about combined sciences and pure sciences, sometimes children might be facing a challenge in terms of managing 8 big subjects. They can look at taking combined sciences and reducing the stress on learning at 9th and 10th. And also when she was presenting, she said A star to C. It is typically for students who are taking AS and A levels. They can go to CBSE 11th and 12th through combined science, and there is no grade expectation there in terms of scoring A star to C. If you are moving after 10th IG to 11th and 12th CBSE, there should not be any challenge, because as of now, also if you see 9th and 10th, the CBSE science program is like combined science program. So that way you will not have any problem in taking combined sciences to CBSE. And as ma'am said, yes, they have to put in effort to take AS and level pure sciences from 10th IG if you haven't taken combined science. That is true. But however, students who worked hard were able to manage the course, especially the kids who moved from IGCSE and CBSE sciences, where they did courses similar to CBSE and then moved on to take AS and A-level pure sciences. They're managing well with hard work. So I think you should make a note of it. Thank you, Nirupama ma'am. And going to next slide. So I'll request Ram sir to take on through Global Perspective and Research Program. He taught the program for a couple of years, and he guides 12th graders for GPR research in the school. So request him to take.
Yeah, hi, good morning, students, teachers, parents. So till now, Global Perspectives and Research is taught till 8th grade in Cambridge curriculum, till 7th for all the students and 8th IG students. And then we have this option given again in 11th and 12th for students as a optional subject. But we didn't have this Global Perspectives Research option in 9th. We felt that it covers some interesting areas of expertise and has some interesting skills to offer for students. And hence it is important to give this opportunity in 9th and 10th as well. So mainly develops in children a research orientation, because they kind of are given opportunities to research on the topics of their interest. The topics given under this program are so wide and cover so much breadth, from international politics to economics to social issues to technological changes to ethical issues. So children really enjoy studying this subject, and it builds tremendous amount of research skills on one side, writing skills, collaboration skills, and reflection as a skill. So these are all interesting and important skills, especially when they go into their college education. These independent research skills would be like really useful for students. So we felt that it would be a good addition to students in both the streams, whether they're in the science stream or even when they're in the non-science stream, it would be useful. Any other slides we have on this? Yeah, in terms of assessments, they have 3 types of assessments. In the final end of second year, they will have a written exam like how they have every other exam, but 1 paper of written exam. Then during these 2 years, they would be working on an individual research project, and they will write a research report of 2000 words, of course, under guidance of teachers, but most of it is independent research. Then they will have a team projects. The students opting for this paper are split into teams of 4 to 5 students each in each group. And these 4 to 5 students would work on an actionable project and then present it through, there's a 8-minute video presentation made at the end of this team project. There is an individual reflection essay written. So through this process, Cambridge assesses how much of the skills that are expected in the paper are developed. So I think this is the last slide we have. Then we will open the session for questions. What I suggest is if you could write down your questions in the chat box, then we will take them up one by one in an orderly fashion. And we will address all the questions that are there. I'm sure there is a lot of questions in your mind as students and as parents, given these options. But Nirupama and Shalini have excellently explained. We are creating an opportunity for you. All that was offered in the previous year is already there, which is specialized sciences. But in case if you don't want to go through the specialized sciences route, you could develop alternative skills by taking a combined science program and say taking a geography and a GP. So this is more for non-STEM students. These opportunities would be important. And even in math, by giving an advanced math program, actually pretty much covers the pure math 2 papers which are taken in 11th and 12th. The syllabus gets covered in 9th and 10th itself. So it leaves you a lot of time and space for your 11th and 12th. So AdMath is quite extensive and quite exhaustive. So we will have an assessment, as Sujata mentioned. Only very select students would be provided this option. Otherwise, a lot of your time and effort goes into covering this paper, which will leave no time for other papers. So that's briefly what we had. If you have any questions, please, if you can type into the chat box, we'll answer.
We will share the presentation with the parents. So we will share it with all the parents who are here.
Okay, can we show the first slide once, please? So you can see the difference between the 2 options is basically sciences. In option 2, you have specialized sciences, biophysics, chemistry. In option 1, instead of these 3 sciences, you have combined science along with geography and GP/ICT. That's the main difference between these 2 options. And math additional and extended options are available in both the streams.
One suggestion I have here is please put child in the center, look at the child's capability and potential before selecting the subject choices, and discuss with the students very carefully. It's very important for this. Otherwise, it's leading to a lot of challenges for some of the students. I think we have a next question. What options are available for current 9th grade? Current 9th grade, we are offering English, Mathematics Extended, Hindi or French, Biophysics, Chemistry, Economics, and ICT is the course structure we offer right now.
The only difference is ICT is offered as an 8th subject instead of being optional with bio in the current batch. We felt that 8 subjects is adding a lot of pressure to students, and hence made bio and ICT as optional. In the sense, if you're very keen on taking all sciences, you go with the bio route. Else, you can drop the bio and take ICT. And ICT skills are something which most of those skills are covered by our students already till 8th grade. So we felt there's not really that much additional that is happening in ICT, and hence made it as optional to bio. That reduces somewhat the pressure on students, especially exam taking pressure, because each of these on an average have 3 papers, and over a duration of 15 days, you'll be taking 24 papers. So why is GP not offered in the stream 2? For the same reason that we don't want number of subjects going beyond 7. And you already have 3 sciences, math, 2 languages, 1 humanities. So if you offer GP, then that becomes the 8th subject. Hence, we felt it's more appropriate in stream 1 than in stream 2. However, science students, STEM students can anyway take GP if they want to take in 11th and 12th.
The next question is, can teachers help selection based on understanding of the student's strength? Yes, we can do that. If along with, if you get in touch with either the parent coordinator, along with Shailaja ma'am, and with consultation with SLs, we can guide the children. Okay. I think we have a question from our ex-student, Kashish. Hi, Kashish. They said for stream 2, since I did this stream 2, can we take ICT and biology as well? Is it okay with 8 subjects? Actually, currently, we are not offering that. Looking at the previous experience of children learning, we are giving biology and ICT as an optional subject, not. And as Mr. Reddy said, ICT curriculum has changed vis-a-vis your batch. Currently, the 8th graders are doing much more of ICT syllabus than compared to your batch. So additional skill development in ICT is not that high. So it becomes a little easier for children. And other than MS Access, not many new skills are being introduced.
So which stream is preferable for education within India, considering the competitive exams post 12th grade? So I'm assuming the competitive exams one is talking here is about NEET and JEE. And if you are intending to take NEET JEE, definitely specialized sciences would be a good route to take. That is stream 2. Are there any questions on additional math? In stream 1, there is an option between GP, ICT. Why not both? Is it only not to increase number of subjects for kids? That is true. We wanted to restrict number of subjects to 7, and hence we made GP and ICT as option. And we feel that ICT, the incremental learning is not so high, as Shalini also explained a little while ago. So one can take GP, but GP also requires a lot of research and writing skills. If one doesn't want to go through that, then the student can take ICT. Shalini, when will the students be assessed for additional math?
We are going to send the sheets to parents for selecting either stream 1 and stream 2. Immediately after that, we'll have the assessment for additional math. So looking at the next 2 Saturdays being holidays, we would want to do it in January. We want to do it offline so that we can guide children accordingly. So children have to be in school for writing the entrance for AdMath. It's going to be in school. It's an offline paper on a Saturday. We'll organize it on a Saturday so children can just come to write the test.
So mostly it would be in January. So if we select a stream at this point, would that need to be continued in further grade? Whatever stream that is being selected, the subjects are selected for both 9th and 10th. So it's not separately for 9th and separately for 10th, because IGCSE curriculum is a 2 years curriculum, and what you start in 9th, it gets tested end of 10th. So it is common for both the years. Evaluation for additional math, we already answered. It would be in January in school physical exam. In combined science, what level of content is going to be covered? Combined science curriculum, I think, is similar to CBSE science curriculum in terms of
little more
coverage.
extra, Ram. I think they'll let Nirupama guide it.
Yeah, so I'll definitely pass it on to Nirupama, Shalini, don't worry. Broadly, it is similar to CBSE curriculum. Nirupama, you want to answer that specifically?
Yeah, so can you please repeat the question once more?
Is combined science curriculum, how extensive is it?
The combined science curriculum, when we saw, we felt that it is somewhere in between the CBSE science and the IGCSE, the pure sciences that we have. So it is a little more than 10th CBSE and a little less than the pure sciences of IGCSE. So somewhere in between that.
Okay. Anyway, I think we shared the content syllabus codes with you. You could go through details of the what topics are covered in each of these syllabus as well. I hope you have shared the detailed subject codes. Vani, did we? Otherwise, we can send a mail with the subject codes.
Yes, so we'll send along with the form.
Okay. Okay, there was a question on can a student pursue medicine by opting for stream 1? I think stream 1, the only drawback is about the combined sciences, not specialized sciences, but students who are pursuing CBSE sciences in 9th, 10th, anyway can go through competitive exams. So there's no challenge for students taking combined science to go through competitive exams later on. I don't see that as a challenge. What will be evaluated during additional math assessment? Sujata, any topics about what topics, what type of test?
Yes, sir. So number sense, algebra, statistics, probability, and geometry.
Is it what they covered in 8th or?
Yes, sir. Up to 8th, what the students learned up to 8th, but the questions related to problem solving. Because we need to check different type of skills from the students, how challenge questions the student can answer, but not beyond 8th grade syllabus.
Okay. So if we decide to take stream 2, can we still take GP instead of bio or ICT? That is something which we have not thought of till now. Shalini, you want to answer that?
I'm unable to see the question for some reason. Can you please repeat the question?
If we decide to take stream 2, can we still take GP instead of bio ICT, bio/ICT?
Yeah, I think as we have to discuss that. That question hasn't come through yet, because however, GP also requires a lot of work because it's mostly an independent project guided by a teacher. So it will not be like, there will not be any revision for it, or there will not be, the teacher will train the skills. We will do a lot of case studies. We will do small projects and so on and so forth, assignments, but it requires a child to have a lot more aptitude and should be able to give time. So we haven't yet, that's why that's the reason we haven't put biology slash in ICT slash GP in stream 2, but saying that, however, we'll think about it. That's our reasoning behind it for not putting GP in stream 2.
If you choose additional math, is it extended or additional or both? Sujata, I think you answered it, but do you want to elaborate again? So all the children taking additional math would any case cover the extended math curriculum. Would have to cover, because that's the skills that would be required to complete the additional math program. So they will be doing extended in any case. That's why one is a subset of the other.
Yes, yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible, Sujata. You want to add anything?
Yes, sir. Actually, additional mathematics is a smooth transaction to ASA level, because almost 40 to 45% of ASA level syllabus covered when we are taking trigonometric calculus. Remaining only they will learn in ASA level. So the pressure in ASA level is reduced. When coming to talk about 10th, additional students, the students who opted additional mathematics, they will learn combinedly 0580 and as well as additional mathematics topics. So they should have the knowledge of extended mathematics. Or else additional mathematics, it is challenging.
Okay.
I
So,
think
yeah, extended math is a subset of additional math. Yeah,
yes,
sorry.
yes, yes, yes.
I just want to add here, the reason for us taking an entrance is not just about skill, it's also about aptitude, for mathematical aptitude of the child, because the effort required, as Mr. Reddy told before also, that math, if the child doesn't have a strong aptitude for math, might end up spending a lot of time working on mathematics vis-a-vis other subjects, because that it requires an effort, a lot of effort, because as you heard Ram sir and Sujata ma'am said that the students of additional math do complete extended math syllabus as well as extra topics coming from additional math. So that kind of gives you an idea. The syllabus is almost, I'm not saying almost, but about twice the number of units what they actually do in extended math. So please keep that in mind, and that's why we are looking at having a test for students.
What would be the other options for kids choosing stream 1 after 10th? If they don't want to take science, if they decide not to go for science. In 11th grade, we have STEM streams, and we have a non-STEM stream, which is essentially math, economics, business. And by the time these students reach 11th, we will also have a humanities stream. So economics, geography, psychology, business, and all these subjects would be offered for them. So they can go either for the what is called in Indian parlance as a commerce stream or as a humanities stream.
We are already psychology and GP, and this year we are introducing computer science also for children of 11th grade coming to in AS and A level. So there, and as we also, if they have number, we'll also offer other subjects. Ram, could you repeat the subject codes? Sorry, could you please repeat how to access the details about the subject codes? You mean to say about visiting Cambridge website and looking at the...
No, that we will share the subject codes and the links for the syllabus, which will take you to the Cambridge website. So you don't have to look around. We will provide you the links, which on clicking, you will directly go and see the syllabus and the assessments and everything. In stream 2, instead of bio ICT, would it be possible to pick GP? See, technically, there is no reason why we can't provide GP. So we'll think about it and we'll send you a mail because it's just one more option and it's already been provided. So it should be possible. We will just think about it and get back to you. If I want to take JEE exam, would it be helpful for me to take CBSE 9th grade or IGCSE 9th grade? Stream 2, definitely IGCSE 9th grade stream 2, because I think as Nirupama explained, the syllabus covered under sciences in stream 2 is quite exhaustive compared to what is covered in CBSE sciences. What's the syllabus for additional math test? I think that's already covered. Whatever you studied in 8th, that only would be covered now. but a little more higher order thinking skills, analytical skills would be checked. But syllabus content will be same. Which stream will have more credibility of career choices other than NEET? Obviously, stream 1 is much more diverse, but if you are going for competitive exams, stream 2, else for anything else, stream 1 would be a much more holistic and diverse kind of subject choices it will give you. Any other questions you have? I think we covered most of the questions. If you haven't covered anything, just repaste it. We will answer it. Regarding SAT, which stream would be better suited? For
I think stream 1 should be fine if you're looking at a diverse subjects, groups, and selections and writing. I think it's mostly English and mathematics and aptitude. It is given checked in SAT exam. So
actually, either stream should be fine for SAT.
yeah, either stream.
Because in both the streams you have English and math.
Saran ma'am, I think Ramya has also joined. Ramya ma'am has also joined. So,
Ramya, you want to add anything for SAT? Which stream is suited? Why would students work on additional math in 9th and 10th when these topics would be covered in 11th and 12th? Shall you want to answer that?
Yeah, I think that is also, there is another paper which 11th and 12th kids, students can take after taking additional mathematics. It is called as further mathematics. We didn't have numbers for the current batch of 11th, there are students who have taken additional mathematics, but for batch of, for them, there were not many who were keen on taking further mathematics in 11th and 12th. Hence, we didn't offer. If children are keen on taking after additional mathematics, further mathematics, we will offer that course. So I think I'll ask Ramya to step in and also talk about the impact of further mathematics in university admissions, as well as I think about SAT.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was unable to unmute when you asked the question. For the SAT for SAT, SAT is an aptitude test, and it mainly covers, there are two sections. There's the verbal section and there is the math section. And as such, it doesn't have any special extra mathematics beyond what you're expected to know as a high school student. So for most of our kids who take it in 11th grade at the beginning or somewhere in the middle of 11th grade, whatever math they've done till 10th is plenty. So from that point of view, whether you take stream 1 or stream 2, it doesn't matter, because the math that's covered in both is the same and the English that's covered in both is the same. So between stream 1 and stream 2, from an SAT standpoint, it doesn't make any difference. Now further versus extended versus additional mathematics. Extended mathematics is totally enough for as far as the SAT is concerned. It's not a very deep dive, into mathematics kind of test. But coming to university admissions, places like especially the United Kingdom and to some extent the United States, they do understand that. So in 11th and 12th, the higher level mathematics is called further mathematics. And so they do understand that math is the most rigorous, and that is given some priority, when they're looking at the subjects that you've taken. And especially if you're looking at UK, for places like Oxford, Cambridge, London School of Economics, Imperial College, London, the top 5 or 6 universities definitely prefer if you've taken further mathematics for things like studying economics and studying computer sciences. And so from that standpoint, if you're thinking ahead to that time and you want to take further mathematics, then it's better to take additional mathematics now. in addition to regular mathematics. But for the majority of outside of those top 5 or 6 universities in the UK, and let's say like the top 10, 15 universities in the US, it doesn't so much matter, whether you take additional mathematics and then further mathematics or not.
Okay, thanks, Ramya. The next question is, would you suggest stream 2 with additional math, or will it be too exhaustive for the child since the sciences are very elaborate? The current batch of 11th, we had actually this option of additional math when they were in 9th and 10th. And they managed, because that time we had only specialized sciences, additional math, and in fact, they had 8 subjects at that point in time. So depending on the child's caliber, I think one should be able to manage it. That's why the test, if we say that the child has cleared the test, then definitely the child should be able to manage that kind of load. For university admissions, which exams would be needed to take, or is it based on grade credentials? Sanjeet, I think lot of such questions would have been covered in sessions conducted by Ramya ma'am, or we would be taking it up. Ramya, you want to quickly answer that?
So we do an open session which is on YouTube on our channel, which we did back in April for a general overview of studying in different regions. In that, we also covered a little bit about what it takes, what's the evaluation method, whether there are competitive exams. A more detailed list, will be shared with students and all when they come to 9th and 10th. That's when we do a more detailed overview of these things.
So if there are no further questions, we'll stop here. Any last question, if anybody has, you can please add. Shalini, any closing remarks?
I don't have much to say, but I would request parents to set up an appointment with me or Shailaja for discussing about these subjects, and so that we can refer to the child's aptitude and then accordingly guide you. Again, request is please put the child's work habits and also in the center and the child's aptitude while choosing either stream 1 or stream 2, because they enjoy those subjects which they have aptitude for. So that's the only closing remark I have.
Yeah, I guess both are good streams, depending on aptitude and depending on what in future what you want your child to do. You have to make the choice. So that's all then. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining.